So
Now what?
if this flashes,
Yeah.
push this down. Also, it's muted. So I usually just leave this on for Jeff.
Okay. So if I want to talk, you press down the button to hear as well, or you hear all the time?
I hear all the time.
Okay. Okay.
And then push this all button.
That chirps them up there for the red? I got you. Okay. Are you blowing out of here?
Yeah, they want a program, so I guess I'm running it.
Oh, you're just running one up? Okay. All right. Yeah, I was going to say, it's like they're ready to go like right now.
Nice.
I'm just, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there's a lot of people here for 30 minutes.
For almost every event, people are getting here like 1 hour early.
Really?
Wow. I know like when the concert was at 6:30, so I roll up 5:30 and be there for lunch and whatnot. People are at the door like, "Are you here to open the door?" No. It's an hour.
Yeah. All right. Jeff says looking good.
I'm here. Is that okay? All right. I'm just gonna go talk to you real quick. I don't think they'll open the black boxes for the last week. Oh, it's not on eBay. There are 3 there and then 1 inside. Or 3 there and 3 sitting on. Let's come this way. Try. Like they're not gonna let people in. They're not gonna let people. We actually got to sit together. Well, we need to sit now.
Are you going to do a test or? Will you unmute his mic? I think so. Yeah.
It's out there getting
If you have an empty seat beside you, can you please scoot in so that we can start making sure all of our guests get a seat before we start rolling them over to the theater room? Thank you.
Buddy.
Hello? I know, it's like, as soon as I
Also,
got
that
there,
guy's
I was
saving.
like, no worries.
Is the video in the cafeteria beyond? No. Okay. They have a video they need to play first that they're going to do at the beginning. Then they're going to unplug it from the video feed and put it into the camera feed.
Beautiful.
Thank you for letting me know, though.
Yeah, so I was out here and left before I got
Yeah,
dressed.
I just saw it.
Second question.
That's perfect.
Yeah, everything looks good.
Good.
Could be a little bit.
Yeah, it's just kind of like little chitty chat, but I'm sure once you get the PA going, we'll be fine. Yeah, and I don't have microphone adjustments, so it's gonna be it is what it is. So cool. Thank you for
Back and forth.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you. I got visual listed here. I'll let you know if I see it. I'd hope not, but what are you running on here? The actual video for the hallway? Was okay. Oh, what do you got? I know. Oh, more music stuff coming in. I'm ready, Peggy. I'm Peggy. I got my limit. That was awesome. I'm tempted to mute the microphone up until we actually start, but then I'll get like a slew of emails and texts saying, this totally not working. So just, our conversations probably get this. That's awesome. Yeah. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. It was funny. I was checking out the volume of the audio yesterday on the stream, and it picked me up saying, "Hey, that's crazy." I'm like, yeah, we can delete that from the public folder. But, yeah, so I brought my laptop home. Oh, I didn't get to listen to the audio. Like, oh, you can hear me saying, everybody in the group. Like, yeah, delete. Yeah, I saw that. There's like a little beta studio for clipping. no pressure.
But then again,
But at least you're not main man responsible for anything that does go wrong. Yeah, that's never a comfortable feeling. That's what I was before this all started. I don't know if it's streaming. I know it's streaming. That's right.
Hi.
Over to you, sir.
I thought about calling you and tell you, like, it's gonna be
Yeah, just come on. Okay.
But basically,
I ain't got time for this. Right? You know what? There's a way to do this. I'm streaming now. There's nothing. Hold on a second, sir. Hold on a second.
Go through here and zig and take two of the reserve and just go for it. Hello.
Hold on.
but there's
You're supposed to be a kid. Now it's 12. You got to tell them who's going to buy it. Maybe it's going to happen. I can tell you what it is. It's as good as it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final request. If you have a vacant seat sitting beside you, can you please scoot in so that we can get as many in here as possible? Thank you.
I've already checked the other side. There's one right there. It's good right here. Yes. I have right here. Okay, there's one right there. And you are
So when this is done, where you are, just blow back to your room for a while, or you have a campus? Oh, really? Okay.
That's all we have.
I'll go back to it. Great.
Okay, let's go back to there. I like our parking.
Okay.
You're awesome.
Yeah, just so you know, as soon as this is done, I'm leaving this up here. I'm just gonna stop the stream and close the laptop. I gotta go pick up my kids and bring them home, and then I'm coming back to do it. So just in case you need me for anything, just call me.
So on the side of the school,
It's so big, so complicated.
Okay. Yeah, I just plan to run for about an hour, just pick them up, take them home, and then coming like that to move everything. Just want to give you a heads up in case you need to grab it.
Oh, my lady. She's
It's not. Oh, wow. Yeah, I do a lot of. Yeah. Let me grab my coat from my. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't see any reason why they'd be doing that. I think they'll be
I think you got.
I'll be right.
You go this way.
And this-
Thanks, bud.
Oh,
Hello? So the so it's not on the program, but I'm gonna put and as soon as that's done, it'll yeah.
yeah, Black Box is full.
No, they said they had tickets.
Maybe
They said that their parents.
No. Showtime.
But every night and lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams that keep me away. I think of what the world could be, vision of the one I see. A million dreams of all it's gonna take.
We're gonna hide. We need to hide. Hi. You know
I think that with the stills, I may be just popping around a little bit to get my PR photos, just at the speakers. I'll try to stay out of your way as much as possible. As soon as I get there, I'll get back. No worries. Thank you.
Each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. Sing yourself. Say not our lives. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world outside.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams keeping me away. Of what the world could be, vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
However small, let me be part of it. Share your dreams. Make it wrong. Say that you're brave. To the world you see. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
we're gonna get wide area. I've got one. Oh,
So if you think it's easy,
Just
go
feel
with it.
as tight as you feel comfortable.
I've tried to cut these corners, down the easy way. I kept on falling short of something. I couldn't be no better, then again I couldn't tell. I turned on this way to something.
Welcome, families and guests, to the College Pathways Class of 2019 graduation ceremony. Thank you for being here today with us to celebrate this chapter of the students' lives. My name is Justin Peterson, and I'm the principal of College Pathways, and I'm honored to be with you this morning. Please rise and turn your attention to the back left of the auditorium as we welcome our staff and student graduates. Welcome, staff. Welcome, students. Seniors, a special welcome. Congratulations to you this morning. We're going to begin today with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please note the flag on the stage to my right. Say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you again, everyone, for being here for today's celebration. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to recognize our special guests today. We are joined by TCA President Russ Sojourner on stage behind me. PCA Director of Academic Services, Wes Jolly. PCA Board Chair, Rob Bolton. PCA Board Director, Becky Van Vliet. And District 20 Board President, Tracy Johnson. Thank you all for being here today. Seniors, you made it. I know this has been a long time coming, and I know a lot of you thought this day would never get here. Time, though, has a way of making you think you have more of it than you really do, and less of it when you need it most. And I'm guessing a lot of you felt that the last few weeks as you were wrapping up your final semester. But we're here. Seniors, you know, life gets busy. Between school, jobs, studying, friends, family, sports, graduation parties. Don't forget to slow down and take stock of what's really important. The things that were really important in elementary school that are important today will continue to be important when you're old. And 30 isn't old. And neither is being 50. Time will teach you that. But if you strive to do your best, be your best, and give your best, time will be one of your greatest gifts. You are about to leave here today as graduates of the College Pathways class of 2019. It is up to you to do with your time what you wish. I hope you make it matter. I hope you make it purposeful. We have a tradition at College Pathways to have one of our students provide the musical selection, and we continue that tradition today with Gracie Brandt. Gracie.
And everybody's life and the destiny is good. There's no doubt what you're all about is there without a move. And when it comes, you gotta take it and believe you're gonna make it through. There's not a rainbow you can't reach high. Don't ever be afraid to spread your wings and fly. With a heart full of faith, a whole lot of luck, it's love to see you through. It just might come. Always know the future holds in the hands of fate. And don't forget that when times get tough, the gift is worth the wait. And when it finally comes together, the star will shine forevermore. And it could give hope to all the rest. Show them how to be the best. Reach high. Don't ever be afraid. Spread your wings and fly. With a heart full of faith, a whole lot of love, love to see you through. Dreaming, it just might come true. With a heart full of faith, a whole lot of love, it's love to see you through. Dreaming.
Finally made it, huh? Finally made it, huh? Wasn't so sure with that snow day in the middle of the week, but here we are. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Raleigh Stone, I'm Director of College Planning for College Pathways. And I have the privilege of working alongside Grace Ferguson and Tammy Toma to do college advising for this wonderful group of seniors. This is our 10th year. So, first decade in College Pathways is over. You guys are, I guess you're our decade class or something like that. Anyway. Well, as we have grown as a school, some of you have grown right along with us. Some of you joined us and have been with us as early as 7th grade. How many of you have been in 7th grade? Been with us at 7th grade? Stand up, would you please, just so everybody can see you. Thank you. Wow, that's a big group than I expected. Well, regardless of your academic roots, I'm sorry, one other thing. We've had 13 of our members here are what we would call 13-year Titans. So they've been with TCA from the very beginning of kindergarten through now. How many, there should be 13 of you that stand up. Come on, stand up. All right, great, thank you. So regardless of your academic roots, we've all been family. It's exciting to watch all of you grow, both physically and as competent individuals. And some of you, as we started with us, we're very baby faced, and now I see you're able to grow facial hair. That's pretty impressive as well. Well, thank you, all you graduates, for helping make College Pathways what it has become. Parents, thank you. Thank you very much for entrusting us with your most precious possessions and allowing us to partner with you in bringing your sons and daughters into adulthood. And I'm going to digress for a couple of minutes. Parents, how many parents have been here with us for the last couple of years for graduations? Couple, yeah. Yeah, well, if you remember, I always took this time to talk about my smartphone. And how I hated to give up my flip phone, and well, I'm not going to do that this year. Other than as a reminder that I have discovered my smartphone is still smarter than I am. And that was all in the context of technological changes that we've seen over time. But today, students, most of you, for the most part, you were born in 2001. So I'd just like to take you, this is probably more for parents and grandparents than you guys, but a little trip down memory lane, some facts that I have found interesting, things that you guys, you graduates may have only experienced in history books, or in your case with technology, more likely in the History Channel. Students in the class of 2019, when you stop to think about it, you guys never lived in the 20th century. But I guess that's not important. When you see someone wearing round wire-rimmed glasses, you think of Harry Potter and not John Lennon. You guys are as old as the first iPods. How about that? Hashtags have always been hashtags. Not in my generation, but in your generation, now they're hashtags. In my era, but not yours, texting took all day because the key had multiple functions and you had to figure out which function was the one for the letter that you wanted. There are a few famous people who died the year that our graduates, for the most part, were born. George Harrison, you guys know who George Harrison was? Have you heard of the Beatles? Jack Lemmon, Carol O'Connor, Archie Bunker. What? Joey Ramone of the Ramones. What? Dale Earnhardt, does that name ring a bell, graduates? Okay. Yes. John Phillips, Mamas and Papas. What? Mamas and Papas ring a bell? Okay. Willie Stargell, baseball players in here. Emily Schindler, along with her husband, saved the lives of between 1,200 and 1,700 Jews during World War II. One of my personal favorites, Terry Como. Grandparents, huh? Lou Boudreau, Major League Baseball player and longtime announcer for the Chicago Cubs. Well, this year's seniors never had a TV without a remote control. In my day, I was the remote control. My dad would say, change the channel, and I'd walk across the room and pick one of the 3 channels that were available. You guys don't know what it's like to live without PlayStation. But we had Pong. It was exciting at the time. Well, I marvel at how far we've come, and I'm really excited to see where you go. Some of you in the class of 2019 are going to be leading the way and creating new breakthroughs for all of us, and we are going to be so grateful. Parents, let me share a few facts with you about this class. This has been a remarkable class, it really has. But a few facts of this class, 95 graduates, 3 of the students began taking Pikes Peak community college classes in the 9th grade. Another 24 started in the 10th grade. So by the time they started their junior year, about a quarter of the class had already been taking college classes. In terms of Pikes Peak classes, this class has successfully completed 3,680 college credit hours. And our definition of success is that they have achieved a grade of C or higher in their college classes, 96% success rate for this class. Now, let me break those numbers down just a little bit to something a tad more meaningful. That's an average of 39 credit hours per student, or 12 to 13 college classes that they already have under their belt. That means 2 to 3 semesters at a 4-year college, parents, that you don't have to pay for. Let's attach some dollars to that. That's about 39,000 in Boulder. Around 28, I think, and I'm not a math guy, so if my numbers are off by 5 or 10,000, don't hold on. But it's about 28,000, I believe, at CSU. That doesn't include room and board. About 10.5 at UCCS, just here in town, without room and board. So, students, you saved your folks a fair amount of money. Vacation time. 22 of our graduates are National Honor Society members. 7 served as volunteer assistants in the East Elementary classrooms. This class has received more than $1,188,848 in scholarships and grants. Woo-hoo. We have 1 National Merit Scholarship winner, 1 Daniels Foundation Scholarship winner. That's a full tuition scholarship, basically anyone. 9 have received associate's degrees from Pikes Peak Community College. So what's next? These guys are off pursuing careers in fine arts, education, medicine, engineering, computer programming, you name it. And they are looking at careers in those areas. We have 3 graduates headed toward the military with ROTC scholarships. 17 of our students graduated today are taking advantage of the Ascent program, and they will remain with us for an additional year of college working toward an associate's degree. So all things considered, a remarkable class. Round of applause. And to that rambling, I'm going to bring up Graciela Hernandez. Our senior class speaker.
Good morning. Good morning, parents, family, friends, staff, and most importantly, class of 2019. We made it! I know looking back at these last few years, there were times where I wasn't sure this moment would ever come. But here we are. I know I wouldn't have gotten here without the people in our lives who supported us and pushed us to be better. So parents, thank you. Our staff, thank you. Thank you for seeing the best in us and helping us get here. When I was given the opportunity to speak, I got a terrifyingly vague email. Graciela, could you come to my office to talk about something? Like, that's it. That's the entire thing. So obviously, I started thinking about everything I could have possibly done. Was it all the times I wasn't quite in dress code? Or maybe that one study hall? But instead, I was honored to be given the opportunity to speak in front of you. So before this, I tried to find something that wrapped up my entire high school experience. What was the one thing that summed up my last 4 years of high school? And so I started asking around. I started asking people what their favorite high school memory was. And while everyone said something slightly different, they all had the same theme: people, friendships, and community. And so that's what I've decided to talk about: people and the importance of people and how they shape us. All right, let's be honest here. High school was rough. These last 3 years have pushed us and challenged us in more ways than we can. We've had projects on projects, hard math classes, long essays. Oh, and who could ever forget those dreaded health cards? Parents, this really was something I promised. But looking back, no one's favorite memory was of a class or a subject or a project. Every single person told me their favorite memory was with a person, at an event, hanging out at a party, or even getting weird looks from people while filming for our history projects. Thanks, Mr. Casson. The one thing they all told me was they valued their friendship over everything else. Without these bonds, the last 4 years would have been nearly impossible. But it's our friends that we count on to edit our last-minute essays, or want to pick us up some food when we haven't eaten all day. It's our friends who we can laugh with, who we can cry with, who we can be like with. Our friends, whether we like it or not, are the people we become more like. We start to act and think like those closest to us. And so these memories, these experiences, and these friendships have shaped us into who we are today. Teachers, staff, and mentors have also poured countless hours into shaping and changing our lives. Ask almost any student here, and they will tell you that the one thing that makes College Pathways so special is our staff. Every single staff member is committed to excellence and dedicated to giving us a bright future. Coach Vance, for example, not only taught the team sports class, but started off every single class period with some sort of inspirational message or video. Ms. Upchurch has continually served every single one of her students, taking the time out of her busy day to just check in and making sure they're doing okay. All of our HUD staff, Ms. Ferguson, boiler up, boiler up! Mr. Stoneman, Mrs. Toma, Mrs. Steiner, Mr. Heiss, all of these people are dedicated to serving us. Whether they're helping us sign up for college classes or simply reading over a scholarship essay, they're all committed to giving us the best opportunities possible. These strong leaders we have in our staff have helped us both in and out of the classroom. Each teacher has been there as support as we move on to college, helping us learn how to manage our time, or even just offering good life advice. And it's not just the staff here either. Every one of us has had those people, our mentors in our lives, who put forth time and energy simply to making us a better person. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. Finally, we come to probably the most important people in our lives, our families. Our families are forever. They have raised us, grown with us, and will continue to support us into the future. I'd like to personally thank my own family, who's always had my back and pushed me in every wild endeavor I set out to do. They've had my back through every long interview, every flight lesson, every grueling college class. I would not have gotten here without them. So thank you. Class of 2019, I encourage you to thank your families for all of their continued support over the last several years. I'm sure we can all remember the countless last-minute projects we forgot to do, and had our parents frantically buy clay or cut out shapes for posters. There were days where we were so sick we couldn't move. They made sure we got enough food and we were all taken care of. Parents, families, thank you for all of your unnoticed hard work. We wouldn't be the people we are today without you. But as amazing as all of these people are, we know this can't last forever. And so, change is okay. Even though it might seem kind of scary right now, change is the only way we can get from one place to another. Okay, I know we're out of school, but let me talk about physics for just 1 second. When you're walking, the only way you make towards progress is by shifting your weight, by changing the way you're standing, and then you fall. But right before you fall to the ground, your foot swings out to catch you, and then you start it all over again. Life feels kind of like this. Mere moments away from falling, but then we catch ourselves, only to feel like we're falling all over again. But when you look back and see how far you've gone, this continual falling and catching is so worth every step. There might be some days where you just can't seem to catch yourself. But that's okay, because there's so many people we can count on for support. In your future, keep searching after those mentors. Whether those be teachers in college, or maybe an awesome boss you look up to. Those people who have just a little more life experience are always going to be around you. Seek after those healthy friendships, those that seem to be the people you want to be more like. Surround yourself with people that are going to shape you into a better person. Friendship is a two-way street, and so encourage those around you to be better. And on those days where you can't seem to get your feet underneath you, these friends will help pull you back up again. So I encourage you to go forth and seek new friends. Build lasting relationships with those you strive to be more like. Keep falling, picking yourself up again, because every misstep, every bump is so worth the journey. Well, class of 2019, we did it!
Thank you, Graciela. Sorry for that vague email. Each year, the graduating class votes on the staff speaker, and I would like to introduce that person right now, Grace Ferguson.
Thank you, Graciela. Your message today was just so heartfelt, and I really appreciate the words that you shared. I'm excited for you as you move forward and make your way in the world as a Purdue Boilermaker. I would like to welcome you today to the class of 2019 graduation. Graduates, you did it. Staff, parents, family members, we did it too. Thank you for being here today to celebrate these amazing young people. I actually had my speech all planned out about 3 weeks ago, full of inspiration, personal anecdotes, and yes, even an original song that I created just for you. But recent events in our nation and our state have jolted me to the point where I've had to reconsider what I wanted to say today. Please hear me when I say that my goal today is to wholeheartedly congratulate, encourage, inspire you as you move forward. But I also feel very compelled and passionate to also offer you what I would call a swift kick in the butt. Okay, not exactly. I want to offer you a challenge. Back in August, the school year started with energy and positivity and excitement for what the year would hold. Decisions about life after high school started to become real for many of you. Hopes and dreams for your future began to unfold. I watched many of you apply to hundreds of colleges and eagerly await those admissions decisions. I watched many of you apply to numerous scholarships. Many of you have your eyes closed and your fingers crossed, hoping that you would have some extra financial help to pay for your college experience that comes next, or even your gap year program. Month after month, though, you as a class and us as a school and as a nation, we have continued to experience deep pain and sorrow. In our country alone and in our pocket of northern Colorado Springs, we have become known for high teen suicide attempts and completions. I watched yet another high school shooting unfold just a few short weeks ago, just north of our community in Denver. It was in those moments of processing what our young people are facing today that I realized today isn't just about celebrating and achieving this milestone of high school. It is also about our chance to come together in agreement to understand that we each have a part to play in this life. I've been reading about your generation, Gen Z. Those of you born between 1996 and 2014. None of you have known the world without the internet. Many of you learned how to navigate a smartphone as a young child. Many of you can absorb crazy amounts of information, and you can multitask better than any other generation. We as parents and observing adults, we know that you spend crazy amounts of time on social media and texting your friends. I'm not quite sure we've ever seen thumbs move so fast before. But we also know that your generation has grown up in a post-9/11 era. You know firsthand that September 11th, 2001 shaped our ability to travel with liquids. We also no longer dare to hang out in the galley of an airplane. But you personally know servicemen and servicewomen who have made that ultimate sacrifice to protect our country and fight the extremists who so badly want to inflict harm and pain and often death upon others. You also, much to my horror, know about every moment of every person's day by just browsing through social media. You see bad breakups. You see embarrassing moments over and over and over and over and over. You see the high points and you see the friends of friends of friends of friends of friends who are hanging out with your friends of friends of friends of friends of friends. Literally, everything you say, everything you do, everything you trip over, everything you eat, everything you experience every day is plastered all over social media. It is unfortunate that we live in a time of unprecedented jealousy, unrealistic and completely false expectations, violent road rage, cyberbullying, name-calling, slander, entitlement, harsh judgment, condemnation, and intolerance, all of which regularly hit our news feeds on a daily basis. You have seen firsthand in the multiple school shootings and the unbelievable amount of suicide attempts and completions amongst young people what happens when people feel helpless, bullied, minimized, judged, entitled to revenge, and extremely overwhelmed by life. All of these things are what lead me to want to challenge each of you graduates today. My challenge to you is in 3 simple words. Do your part. First and foremost, I want you to do your part by taking a deep look at yourselves. Did you know that each and every single one of you has a unique set of gifts? Did you know that many of you won't give yourselves enough time and space to explore and find out what those gifts are? So many of you sell yourselves short. You just assume that you can't do this or you can't do that. Stop it. Look at yourselves and see what you can do today, tomorrow, next month, next year, what you can do to change the trajectory of where your generation is heading and where we are headed as a nation and as a world. Our staff has had the honor and the privilege of journeying with you here at CP. We have challenged your ability to think outside of what is normal. We have asked you to read novels that have grown your intellect. We have taught you math concepts that have grown your understanding and application. And let's be just totally honest, I didn't teach you a lick of math. We have taught you how to respectfully engage in good quality conversation with others by actively listening instead of passing judgment and staying closed-minded. We, as a staff at CP, now have the honor and privilege of sending you into the world, and it is our absolute expectation, not just our hope, it is our expectation that you will do your part. I want you to take time to look at yourselves, figure out what your gifts are, and how you can use them to change the world. I need to tell you something, graduates. While this will sound completely stalkerish, I still need to tell you, I watch you. Sometimes without you even knowing, I watch you. Some of you I have watched engage with your classmates and fellow students. You've inspired them, you've prodded them to be deep thinkers, compassionate and kind to others. You've convinced them to step outside their comfort zone and to come to social activities at CP. It has been awesome to watch. Some of you have even inspired others to serve in our school and in our local community, and even throughout the world. Not because it looks good on a scholarship application or a resume, but because you feel led to help others and make a difference. Some of you, however, I have watched as you have disrespected your parents. You have actually called them stupid, and you have told them to shut up. Or non-verbally, you have rolled your eyes and made faces behind their back and completely brushed them off. You have had complete and total disregard for the rules at CP, and when teachers have called you on it, I watch you disrespect them too. Honestly, some of you, I've seen be complete and total jerk faces. To you, I challenge you, wake up. Do your part. The world does not and will not revolve around you. The world isn't actually here to serve you or take care of you. Grow up. It isn't all about you, no matter what unrealistic falsehoods those that love you the most have told you. The sooner you realize that the world doesn't revolve around you and that it will continue to rotate with or without you, the sooner people around you will begin to respect you. None of us actually deserves respect. We earn it by being honest and trustworthy, willing to follow through on our commitments, willing to try hard, willing to fail gracefully, and willing to be humble enough to ask for forgiveness when we screw up. We all screw up. Do your part to own it. Ask for forgiveness and make it right. I'm not saying that you become a doormat, but I am challenging you to your own part. From this point forward, relationships will begin to mean more to you as you look for a close group of friends, and as you look for your future spouse, and as you start your own family. Do your part by taking care of your own stuff in your life before you even attempt to pour your life into somebody else. This life is truly not about you, and it sure as heck is not about me. Some of you have actually complained to me about your lives, your past circumstances, those who have hurt you, how you don't feel supported or understood. I hear you. And I'm genuinely sorry for what some of you have had to go through. But today, a day of marking the end to beginning something new, I'm asking you to learn to do your part. Get help. Ask a professional, a pastor, a mentor, a parent. Ask them to hold you accountable to get help and learn how to move forward in your life in a healthy way. You see, many of you don't know something about me because I really haven't shared openly what my life has been like. I've told some of you about small pieces of my life, like I can't do high school math. I absolutely love donuts and Minions. Or the fact that I always will blame my behavior, my bad behavior, on my evil twin, Trace. What I haven't chosen to share with you, though, is that I have fought day after day after day for my life to actually live my life. I have battled my own bout with depression. I have questioned God and his plan for me and questioned if he even sees me. I have lost hope. I have been asked to leave a job. I almost failed out of college. I have made terrible decisions. I have been awful to people that love me. I have had to be humble to ask others to forgive me on thousands of occasions, if not millions of occasions. I have said so many things that I regret to this day that play over and over and over in my mind. And I have screwed up and squandered many, many opportunities and many blessings in my life. Yet I stand before you today, broken, humbled, forgiven, and redeemed. As a young person, I had wiser people speak truth to me when I was being a complete and total jerkface. They loved me enough, and they were willing to sacrifice our relationship to be honest with me and to give me constructive feedback and get right up in my face. Because of them, that's why I'm here today, standing in front of you and challenging you. Class of 2019, you will always have a very special place in my heart because you have entrusted me with this amazing privilege of being a staff speaker today. You must know, preparing for this has filled me with anxious moments, buckets of sweating, lots of sleepless nights, and lots of pleading with Mr. Peterson to just let me drop this mic and say, Ferguson out! But I really couldn't let this opportunity pass by or squander our time together without challenging you, without charging you to go forward from here asking yourselves what you can offer to make this world a better place. As I said earlier, I'm not just hoping for each of you to do your part. I am actually expecting it from each and every one of you. Whether that's within your family unit, your local community, in the United States or in the world, I am charging you to live a life of greatness by doing your part. As a reminder of our time together, I actually have a little token for each of you graduates. It's a keychain engraved on it that says do your part. My hope for you is that as you grab your keys as you're walking out the door to your jobs, to whatever it is that you're going on to, when you hear those keys jingle, please be reminded of today. Please be reminded that I expect that you will do your part. Class of 2019, go in humility and with a swift kick in your butts from me. Go do your thing. Change the world. Use your God-given gifts and your talents to care for us. I love each of you, and I'm so grateful to have been part of your journey all this time. I will always cheer you on, and I will always be waiting to see you when you come home on breaks. Because I want to hear about your adventures, and I want to hear how you're doing your part. Congratulations, graduates. High school is officially over. Ferguson out!
Typically, Grace asked to not be included in the senior vote for speaker, but I asked her this year to reconsider that, and she did, fortunately. I had a feeling the seniors would vote her as a speaker, and they did very, very strongly. It was pretty much a landslide vote. Grace, thank you for your message. You spoke from your heart, and despite your anxiety of coming into today, you did a great job. And I think for the first time in a TCA graduation, the phrase jerk face was used not once but twice. Thank you again, Grace. All right, seniors, and you guys are ready to get your diplomas. So with that, I would like to invite Dr. Sojourn, TCA's president, up here. Okay, senior graduates, getting close. And after 15 years working at TCA graduations, I'm keenly aware that I'm one of the people that are standing between you and celebration. Between you and your caps in the air, or between you and caps remaining on your head to protect yourself from the caps in the air. Thus, I will be brief. But I do have a formal and necessary role in today's ceremony, and so it will be. Mr. Peterson, Mr. Stoneman, faculty, thank you for your excellent work in preparing these students for this important day. As TCA's president, it is with great pride that I present this class of 2019, with assurance that each of these young men and women have met all of the College Pathways high school graduation requirements of the Classical Academy in the state of Colorado. I therefore recommend that Mr. Rob Moulton, Chair of the TCA Board of Directors, declare these students graduates of the Classical Academy College Pathways, class of 2019.
Before my formality, I want to share a quick encouragement with you. So my oldest son, Ryan, graduated from TCA last year. 2 weeks ago, came back in his first year of college. And we had dinner with him and a couple of his friends. And I asked them, guys, what would you say to this graduating class? What would be your encouragement to these seniors on this day? And they shared a couple of interesting things. Give yourselves time to find your journey, what your path is. It's all going to be okay. When you get to the college cafeteria, beware of the Alfredo sauce. True comment. But the common theme that they wanted me to share with you today is they know, we know, all of you are a little crazy right now, a little uncertain, but you are ready. You have everything you need to succeed. TCA and your parents have equipped you to face whatever your next chapter is. You are ready. And I can say on behalf of our entire board that we see you, we recognize the work that you have put in, we are proud of everything that you have accomplished. So it is with great pride that I accept on behalf of our board of directors these students as bona fide graduates of the Classical Academy College Pathways class of 2019. Congratulations.
Okay, students and parents, we will begin here in just a minute. Students, just a reminder that please take your cue from Ms. Tammy Tillman, and parents, please take your cue from Mrs. Pam Steiner. And Ms. Nikki Upchurch will be reading the names of our graduates today.
It's a privilege to do this. Cody Roy Adair. Jackson Dwayne Allers. Julia Marie Anarumo. Caleb Morris Badger. Battersby. Kari Lynn Berkelin. Ian Michael Bloss. Charles Austin Bobo. John Chandler Bolin. Alyssa Catherine Bopey. Callie Grace Boyd. Laura Ellen Brandt. Tristan Scott Branham. Clara Elizabeth Brown. Seth Joseph Butler. And a 13-year Titan. Let's hear it for Jordan Nicole Combs. McKenna Paige Cooper. Clarissa Hope Connect. Noah Leslie Duvall. Julia Marie Duffy. William Wesley Dutton. Devin Rain Engel. Another 13-year Titan, Nathaniel Joseph Enos. Stephen Charles Fitch. Valley Tyus Fitzpatrick. Ariel Mushan Gifford. Kayla Catherine Jade Gilbert. Timothy Andrew Goodrich. Bree Elizabeth Heist. Jonathan David Hamlin. Michael Ray Harrelson. Andrew Martin Hartfield. Graciela Isabel Hernandez. Another 13-year Titan, Catherine Jessie Songju Shui. Gracie Noel Johnson. Duke Riley Kalua. Nathan Taylor Payne. Alexis Lynn Kinch, another 13-year Titan. Macy Ray Klein. A 13-year Titan, Kevin Don Canoe. Ava Kathleen LaRose. Michaela Lee Landon. Kayla Bobby Lepore. Noah Thomas LeBeau. A 13-year Titan, Lydia Rose Matheson. Eleanor Beth McCusker. Audrey Ann McGee. Thirteen-year Titan, Lauren Elizabeth Meyer. Thomas Ramsey Michael. Carter Austin Milroy. Porter Brian Moody. Christian Robert Murray. Cora Ainsley Nipper. Nordyke. Silas Emmanuel Ogren. Abigail Marie Perkins. Ethan Michael Porter. Victoria Ann Ramsdell. Hayden John Riles. Sierra Riley Sargent. Amelia Claire Sarton. Another 13-year Titan, Emily Rose Sellers. Emily Cherie Shireman. Samuel Jacob Sokolowski. Year Titan, Caitlin Renee Strickland. Kendall Elizabeth Strasser. Harriet Catherine Stewart. Another 13-year Titan. Caitlin Suzanne Sturt. Alan Underwood. Joel John Herrera Villanova. Deborah Erin Webb Schultz. Thirteen-year Titan Kayla Renee Wilburn. Thirteen-year Titan Alan Patrick Williamson. Charlie Rose Wintermit. Ryan Jeffrey Wish. Evangeline Elizabeth Wright. Peter Michael Wright. Betsy Catherine Ziegler. Gentry Stephen Zimbalek.
I now have perhaps my most important responsibility of the entire year. Each year, the principal asks me to kill some time. Mr. Peterson needs about 2 to 3 minutes to allow our last graduate or two to make their way to the photography gauntlet and back to their seats. As my time killer, I would like to very briefly reference a book that I read this year to the seniors in our traditional high school. Yep, I read them a book, a children's book. Consistent with a theme that I used with all of our TCA staff back in August, the theme was the power of reading out loud. And I wanted to see whether there was power in reading out loud to 18-year-olds. I'd like to reference the very last line from the very last page of this book. And it reads this: so what do you do with a chance? You take it, because it just might be the start of something incredible.
Today, as you graduates jump into the start of something incredible, I'd like to finish your ceremony by making a request. Consistent with the request that I have made to all of your fellow graduates since I became TCA president 5 years ago. There are actually 3 little requests, all having to do with being grateful. And I'm actually going to steal these from Graciela before I knew that she was going to beat me to them. Number 1, be grateful for your classmates and your friends. Pretty soon you're going to lose touch with just about everyone in your class. Purposely seek out your friends and maybe some other classmates that you're not even close to. Shake their hand or give them a hug. Tell them how much you appreciate them. For many, it's your last shot. Number 2, don't miss the opportunity to thank your teachers. Unless or until you come back and join me on staff here, this is quite literally likely the last time that you'll see your teachers again. Unless it's at King Soopers or Walmart. They really do go shopping there, you know. So as you leave today, please find a favorite teacher, or 2 or 3, and thank them for pouring so much into your lives. They're here today for you. Thank them for helping you along the way. And number 3, most important, today of all days, love on your parents. They're going to act a little goofy today. I'm here to tell you from experience, from my own 2 kids, and after watching a couple thousand TCA students graduate over all these years, this day brings some pretty extreme emotions for those that are closest to you. Joy, excitement, fear, sadness. So please, as today draws to a close, make sure you tell your parents how much you love them. And know that at some point in the next few weeks or months, mom or dad, in my case, will head to your room, they'll sit down and they will cry. Because they love you more than you will ever know, and they're more proud of you than you will ever know. Graduates, there's far too little gratitude in this world. You get to help change that as you start your something incredible. That's it, 2 minutes up. It's time to celebrate. Thank you, students. Thank you, friends. Over to you, please. Thank you, Dr. Sojourner. Students, one last thing to do. Will you please stand? Parents, family members, staff, guests, staff, please join me in celebrating the College Pathways class of 2019. Congratulations, graduates. Staff, the second will begin the reception. That concludes today's ceremony. Thank you so much for being here.